Hi, everyone. Welcome to the J.M.O show, the show that just means just my opinion. If you'd like to reach me with questions or subjects, I'll give you my email address at the end of the show so that way we can get things going from here. There's been some things that starting to brew up that's bothering me a little bit, so let's get her started. You know, the two government parties, the Democrats and the Republicans, I believe both have lost their point of views and what their jobs are supposed to be. They are supposed to be working for the American citizens, not to try to make their party stronger than the other. We have both sides using the American citizens as pawns, just like, in a chess game. They're sacrificing the pawns to keep their royal party, whatever you want to call, in the court and in more control, which it shouldn't be that way because the government works for us. We don't work for the government. And my opinion is I believe it's time the pawns, the American people, us, stand together and show the two parties who's actually in charge and who works for who. You know, I really don't care if you're white, black, tan, pink, blue, pink with purple polka dots. We are all Americans here in the USA. We all bleed red. We all breathe air. We drink water. We eat food. It's time to stand together. Instead of our past governments and some of our government that we have now trying to do anything and everything to divide the great the great America. I mean, we are great. Together we are great. Divided, we all will fall. This country was built by legal immigrants, and our rule of law was and still is the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. We have a government trying to shred them both, and we cannot stand back and let this happen. Remember when it happened in Germany? Look how many defenseless people lost their lives for their government promised if they would that they would take care of them if they would disarm. And look what happened. Millions of Jews and people in Germany was crucified and killed by their own government. The same government that promised to protect them. Sounds like something that's going on in here in our country now, don't it? Divide the people, try to get gun control and disarm the people. What's next? They say history always repeats itself. People, I believe it's time for another government establishment called the American Party. I know there's a libertarian, a Tea Party out there, but my opinion is the American Party all works together. I mean, Democrats, what I mean is like the Democrats and the Republicans on the same page. For the Americans, for the Americans not to be used as pawns. Our current government has our country so divided right now, just like the Republicans and Democrats, they're on both sides, they're divided. That's why our country is in such poor state right now. It's because one party is trying to outdo the other party and not doing what's right for the American people and what our country was built on and established from the beginning. We need to go back and uphold the old laws that's never been upheld instead of making new laws that's just going to take more rights away from law abiding citizens. America, can't you figure out by now what certain government officials on both sides of the Republicans and Democrats are slowly doing? Think about it. Isn't it strange when there's evidence of the last mass shooting that was overlooked, but instead of looking where the evidence was pointing, guess what? And who the government officials and mainstream media blames for the mass shootings? Think about it. It's my opinion that it's time for the laws to be the same, even if you're in government or just a citizen. The rule of law should be upheld for both equally. No one should be above the law regardless who they are. And that anyone that tries to shred or do away with our Constitution should be arrested. And if they was in government or a state official, they should be fired and arrested for they swore an oath to protect and uphold the Constitution of the United States. With the American Party, if there was a bill on the table, no one should leave until there was a vote to say yes or no. If a party's worker didn't show up, they don't get paid. Why pay someone our tax dollars if they're just going to sit there? Or don't even show up to work. And what really burns me a lot is whenever I'm sitting there watching C-SPAN and I'm seeing our leaders sleeping or playing Candy Crush when there's someone talking. To me, that is just uncalled for, and they should be fired. Our tax dollars shouldn't be used to pay anyone to sleep or play while on the job. You think we'd have a job if we was doing that? Well, that's about all my rant I'm going to say for today. I know it's a little bit short than usual, but I just had to get that out, and still planning on doing some other things here later on. But I just want everybody to really sit back and look and think about what I had to say today. So if you liked what I had to say, share this with your friends and family on Twitter, Facebook, etc. And also subscribe to my YouTube page so that way whenever I put a new video up, you guys would automatically get a notice saying it. And here's my email address if you like to get a hold of me. It's roto682002@yahoo.com. So get a hold of me, guys. Talk to me. I want some feedback on what you guys think, and let's get something going here back and forth every once in a while to help each other out. So God bless. God bless America. Later.